Ready to hit bestseller status? Ready to use your book for business growth? In this video, I'm going to talk to you about the 5 people that will help you hit bestseller status with ease, who they are, and how you can connect with them. Let's dig in. Now, I believe there's a fundamental truth of mine that I believe that relationships are one of the greatest driving forces of business growth and of opportunity. I believe that relationships are one of the biggest forces in all the successful books that we know and love. I know that for a fact, relationships and the relationships I've built are the reason that my books continue to be more and more successful. Now, I want to share something with you, is that you've done a lot of the hard work. You wrote the book. You showed up for yourself. You got to this point. The book's produced. You've published your book, and you're getting ready to launch this thing to the world. I want to make sure that you have the right pieces and the right relationship in place so that you can launch your book successfully. And this is where the right relationships truly matter. Now, I've spent a lot of time working on my relationships. I even wrote a book called Elevate Your Network, which is all about relationship building. And I believe that relationships are at the cornerstone of why I've been able to have the success that I've had. I believe that relationships were the reason I was able to create the professional basketball combine at 24, 25 years old, where I was able to get NBA executives and NBA scouts from every NBA team to come watch people at our event. I believe it's the reason I've been able to write successful books and continue to write successful books. I believe that relationships are the reason that I'm able to have so many incredible opportunities that wouldn't have been presented to me otherwise. And you can see here just some of these people that I've been able to connect with. Danielle Canty, former of Boss Babe. Chris Harder, who's an amazing entrepreneur and mentor. Lewis Howes, whose podcast was one of the first I ever listened to, and whose podcast and books inspired me to write my very first book. And so if you are new to my channel, you're new to me, my name is Jake Kelfer. I'm a 4-time best-selling author who's turned my books into multiple successful businesses in the speaking, coaching, and now book publishing space. I run a company called Big Idea to Bestseller, where we help entrepreneurs and high-level executives write, publish, launch, and market nonfiction books for back-end business growth and impact. Now, I think a lot of people make this mistake of when they're trying to network. They go with what's called the spray and pray approach. They often do this because either they waited till the last minute or they don't have the right intentions. It doesn't mean that they're bad people. It just means that they don't know what they don't know, or they don't know what is going to be most effective because they either haven't done it or they don't have a roadmap to follow. So they're just trying. And I've done this too. I've done the spray and pray approach. And basically what it is you spray and you reach out to everybody that you possibly could think could be interested. And you pray and wait for someone to respond. Now, the problem with this is that you're going to spend a lot of time trying to reach out to everybody and anybody. And when you're launching a book, it's really important that you find and have the right relationships for your success. Okay? And now, a bigger mistake that I see people making is that they wait until their book is done before they start building relationships. And this is a huge missed opportunity. Instead, the minute you decide to write your book, no matter what your level of network is at that point, I want you to double down on network growth. You can start to use your future identity as an author to help you cut the line, to help you meet the right people, to help you get in front of the people that you want to get in front of. Why? Because being an author is a credible thing. And that's how you're going to be able to differentiate yourself and start to really build your network. But here's an even bigger challenge that I see a lot of people face is that they don't know who to reach out to. And because of that, that paralyzes them so much that, I don't know who to reach out to. It stresses me out. So they don't actually reach out to anybody. Now, I've done this myself in a lot of different ways. I've thought about hiring people for certain things, but the problem was I didn't know where to go find the people or what I actually needed. And because of that, I was like, you know what, I'll wait. And I didn't have that. So my goal for you is to give you, in the next couple of minutes here, is to give you the roadmap of these different people and then kind of show you my process of what I would do to reach out to them and start building these relationships. So it's time to really dig into that. Now, these 5 types of people are all you really need to build the right network. And when you do it authentically and when you do it correctly, this is going to result in book sales. But even more than that, it's going to result in incredible friendships. It's going to result in more leads, more opportunities, and ultimately more business for you. I can't tell you how many times I've met some really, really great people And just because we connected, they ended up buying hundreds of books, or they introduced me to a client, or they got me a speaking engagement. Your relationships play a huge role. And so if you're getting ready to launch your first or your next book, here are the people that I want you to really focus on getting to know. So the first type of person is an influencer or blogger in your industry. Now, where a lot of people make the mistake is they just reach out to anybody with a certain amount of following. What I would encourage you to do is find the people who have the audience that you are looking to connect with. Now, this does not mean they have to be an exact competitor. For example, if you're writing a book on chiropractor, okay, and helping people eliminate their back pain, well, who else might also be reaching out to people that have back pains, not just chiropractors? So you can build and find people that are influencers and bloggers in your industry, but specifically in your industry that have the same target audience that you're going after. This is a really valuable thing. For example, my book, Big Idea to Bestseller, is all about how to write, publish, and launch a nonfiction book. Well, I'm not just going to go to other people who help people write books. I'm going to go to other people who work with high-level entrepreneurs, and those are the influencers that I'm going to try to build my relationships with. So what I would do is I would make a list of 50 of these people, and I would then start to document them on a Google Doc. Here are the list of influencers. I'd put their Instagram or maybe their follower count, maybe their engagement rate if I can find that, and really start to identify who are the right people for this. Number 2 is people that run organizations, okay? People that run organizations. So if you are in an industry and there are conferences, there are organizations, there are clubs that have your audience or that have people like you as their speakers, these are people to build great relationships with. Why? Well, they often have large database of people. They also often have opportunities for partnerships, sponsorships, promotions, swag bags, all different types of connection. And so what I would do again is I would make a list of 50 of these. Now here's a really cool little side note ninja trick is that as you're making the list, not only are you starting to have a list where you have people that you're going to be able to reach out to, but what you're really going to be able to do, what's really cool about this, is you're going to be able to start having all these core people, which will enable you to start getting speaking gigs, get in front of the right people, and start opening the door for marketing channels when your book's actually done. Next up is you want to connect with people that host events. Think live events, coaching programs, masterminds, people that host events in your niche. Okay, host events or host groups. And so when I'm looking at this, when I'm looking at my audience and I'm launching a book, or when I'm trying to market my book, I'll look at who do I know that has a coaching program of people who are high-level entrepreneurs. Why? Because I know that high-level entrepreneurs are the people I want to get in front of. And if it comes from someone that they already trust, it's going to be great. I give my books to coaching programs. I give my books to live events. I give my books to masterminds all of the time. This is a great way to get in the door and build relationships, okay? Next is people that have email newsletters so that they can send out your book. This is a really important thing, okay? Because if you are trying to promote your book and you're trying to get a good bang for your buck, you can often build relationships with these people. If you have a relationship, you might get a deal or they might send it out for free, or you could even just pay them if you like their vibe and their style. This is something that I utilize a lot when I get ready to launch my books, is I reach out to my friends who have email lists of the audience I'm looking for, and I'll ask them if they will promote my book through their email newsletter. This is a great way to get in front of people who already trust the host. So example, if you have somebody who has 5,000 email subscribers and they have a 50% open rate, that's 2,500 new people that will have a chance to see your name and your book. Now imagine if you do that 10 different times. That's 25,000 people that will see your name. Now imagine if of those 10 different times, some of those people follow the same people. Now they're seeing your name multiple times, making it more likely that they're going to buy your book or follow along or sign up for your email list or sign up for whatever you're offering with your book. And the last thing is people who host podcasts. This is really powerful. Doing a podcast tour to launch your book is so powerful. And the cool thing is you could do podcasts while you're writing the book, talking about your process. You can do podcasts in advance of the launch so that they all come out on the same day. Or you can do podcasts during launch. We can make it live and document it all. What's really cool about this, though, is you have to know people who host these podcasts. And there are great places to go find these various different people. Now, once you do this, if you find 50 influencers, 50 organizations, 50 people that host events, 50 email newsletters, 50 podcast hosts, you now have 250 people that you can reach out to. This is what I would do to start. Now, yes, you might be like, damn, this is tedious. Well, here's the great news. One, you don't have to be the one that does this. You just have to be the one that makes sure it gets done. And so what I would encourage you to do is look on Fiverr or Upwork. What I would do is I'd create a Google Doc. I'd create 5 different tabs, or I'd create one tab and I'd create different checks for each one of these different people and different boxes, drop-down boxes, so that I can label them. And then what I would do is I would do 1 or 2 for each of these categories myself, document how I found them or what resource I'm using. Then I would go on Upwork or Fiverr and I'd hire someone to do the data entry for me. I'd give them a week to do it, and I'd approve the first 10 that they do. Say, yes, this is exactly how I want it. And then I would go about doing that. Now, you can have this list done within a week of 250 people. Now, once that list is created, if you get that done within a week, then you can start to reach out to each one of those people. What I like to do next is I like to send out 1 initial outreach. Then I like to do at least 1 follow-up. Now, I'm a persistent guy, so I do anywhere from 3 to 4 follow-ups, especially for people that I know are probably busy. I'll mix and match my follow-ups. I'll do email. I'll do their website contact form. I'll do their social media. I'll even do cross-pollinate, saying, hey, I just emailed you about this. I'm really looking forward to XYZ. Always, always, always. And here's the thing. I'm going to be totally honest with you. Just be honest with these people, okay? Just be honest with people. Some people are never going to respond. Some people are going to tell you they're not interested. Some people are going to respond and you're going to get excited and they're going to bail. And some people are going to become the greatest people ever that you know, and you're going to make lifelong relationships. But knowing these 5 types of people is going to make your book launch and make your initial success so much easier than if you shoot this blind or if you just randomly reach out to all these people. So to put it all together, if you make a list of these people, they all should have your ideal audience in their audience. And if they do, you will be able to have a ton of success. So if you really enjoyed this and you want to learn more about how to write, publish, and launch a nonfiction book, you can go to bigideatobestseller.com/free-book, grab a free copy of this, just cover the shipping, and we will mail this directly to your doorstep. And if you know that you're ready to create your book, or you have your book but you want help creating your launch strategy, then go to bigideatobestseller.com/call and book a call with our team, and we'll create an entire game plan for you. We'll create a roadmap, and we'll really help make sure that you know exactly what to do, when to do it, and how to do it to have the most successful book launch you can. All right, that's it for now.